What's up, YouTube? Going to this power exhale and a bunch of things today, so people can get used to the finding their core, their center. So once you get the full exhale out, so you have to push down as you exhale. So you push here, and that's how you can practice the roll. I know a lot of people ask me, like, how do you get the roll going? I want to roll my abs. Well, I don't know. For me, I've done thousands and thousands of crunches and sit-ups and reverse crunches and ab wheels and the reverse ab wheels and everything. So it's not like it's just this that, a lot of things brought me to this state of being, but this is how you can practice the roll. So, and it helps too, like it's almost like a handle, having your hands here if you're at this stage, at the edge of a chair or something, stool. So when you inhale, you can put the pressure here, push out on your diaphragm, so you can massage all this, and so this can all have better pressure, so that the air flows in and out properly. And because it's just like a car, if the pressure's not right, then you're you're not metabolizing fuel like you should, because the intestines aren't as tight as they should be, the stomach's not as tight, the pressure is not right. So it's just enough gentle, just enough firmness to where you can have the proper pressure for effortless living. So as you inhale, it's from the diaphragm, expansion, push out, and you keep your hands here to rock back to where you can push it out, and you can feel your core, like your center of gravity, or whatever you want to call that. You can feel that core, and then that's where you operate from. That's where you live from. That is where everything is stemming from. All your movements are stemming from the core of your being. So it's all about the alignment with the core, which is essentially the Tao. So when you inhale, so that changes your pressure pretty fast. One breath can change your life. One breath can change your life for better or for worse. Not fully completing it and fully completing it. It's either way. However, the yin and the yang of that. So change your life either way. So doing the subtle work, doing this every day, putting the Tao first, waking up every day, doing your breathing first. You're just putting your elements in arrangement, because that's what beauty is, proper arrangement. True beauty is proper arrangement. That is what's truly aesthetically pleasing. If you look at a color wheel or anything, it really is stemming from the arrangement of the elements. And or it's always an arrangement of dark to light or hot and cold. So different variations of that. But always the whole. Even the smallest part is the whole. Even the lightest shade is the whole. Even the darkest shade. Everything is the whole. Every piece of the whole is the whole thing. It's just that there's different variations of light to dark, hot to cold. So as you do the subtle work and you arrange your elements, you're gonna basically you'll see the Tao. You'll see the flow of each day, and you'll know how to arrange the day. You'll know how to arrange the events of your day, because everything follows that. You follow the Tao, everything else follows that. And so as you become less dense, you'll be more aware of the subtle changes, the subtle signs. But most people are just too dense to sense the unraveling, and then thus they jump off the path. They have a departure from the Tao. But if you stay at it, and you gradually, create that snowball, the small changes all, make the small moves until it's all moving, and then you'll see the progress daily, and that the daily progress is what keeps a person going. It's not when you're constantly looking for this end game or whatever, that is what stifles you, honestly. So it's about changing the breathing patterns. If you change the breathing patterns, your diet will automatically change. You don't have a choice. So your choice is to follow the Tao. So as you change your diet, as you change your breathing patterns, your diet patterns will change. As you change your breathing patterns, your thought patterns will change. As you change your breathing patterns, your emotion, as your thoughts change, your emotional, that all changes, because emotion is just dense thought, really. It's like water is dense air. It's the same thing. So the breath is what shows you how to follow the Tao, because we're working backwards from chaos in a sense. So like, if you have, when the Tao is lost, there is goodness. When goodness is lost, there's morality. When morality is lost, you have ritual. Ritual is the husk of true faith. Is the beginning of chaos. So we're past even ritual. We're not. A lot of people are doing unconscious rituals, so they're not even in a conscious ritual state, and that is chaos. Chaos. Consciously doing rituals is chaos. Planning is chaos, because you're not following the Tao. So it's the same thing. When the breath is lost, you have a self. After you get so the breath is lost, then you become dehydrated. Now you hate yourself. Now, from the dehydrated point of being, you become different levels of sickness, inflamed, just deeper depths of dehydration, really, and various levels of inflammation in different organs. So as that, it's the same thing. When the Tao is lost, there's goodness. You are the Tao. So from that state, when the breath is lost, you have a self. Now you're trying to stay good. You're trying. You're trying. You're supposed to be like water, which nourishes things without trying to. So from that state, you're trying. And as you get sicker, you try more and more and more, the more you're trying. But effortless living is fluid motion, all movement from the core of your being. So that's why they say when nothing is done, nothing is left undone. Because you're not wasting, you're taking advantage of every moment. You're not wasting anything. You're doing things as they arise, and you don't try to stop anything from coming, and you don't try to stop anything from going. So everything is perfect. The yin and the yang is perfect. There's no idea of beating yourself, losing, profit. Those are all phantoms. Those are huge phantoms. So once you get in accord with the Tao, you set the standard for all beings. You're the reference point for all beings. Everything that exists, you're refracting off of it as a reflection. So you have to be like the Tao, all encompassing, and then beneath all things. Again, you want to be like water. It's content with the low places. That's humility. So the lower you are, and the more grand you are, the more you can receive. And the more you can receive, the more you can give, and then life just flows. And then there's no separation from giving and receiving, because you enjoy giving, so you receive as you give. Just like when you control the breathing, you no longer feel any difference or distinction between inside and outside. Inhale and exhale is totally washed away. There is no more me and you, them and me, this and that. That all dissipates, and then the body is the universe. It is the Tao. It is the path. So all things, flow to the Tao, because it's lower than them and more grand. It is open to receive all things, because it's open to give. So that's the two-way street there. It's content. So the more content you are, like I said, content with the low places, like water, it's flowing. That's why all streams flow to the river. That's why that's why all streams flow to the ocean, and it's more grand. The more content you are, the more attractive you are. True attraction, though. Not like grandiose, fabulous, glittering attraction. I'm talking about like that, when you're radiant but easy on the eyes type attraction. Not, pointed but you don't pierce type attraction. Just the perfect pressure, just enough gentle, not grandiose, not just the perfect balance. So, being content. The more you appreciate, in all levels. Appreciation. Think about a house that appreciates in value. It's about the perspective of that house, and that's why it appreciates in value, because of the energy that someone gave to it, the creative energy that someone gave to it. It's the same thing. It's the expression that you have. The more that you express, the more content you'll be, the less you'll be holding and blocking, because the less you express, the more you're stopping the universe from happening. You're resisting the universe, so the universe has to destroy you. It's plotting to destroy you at that point, because you're using your will against your own will. How can you beat yourself? You're pushing yourself so hard and becoming so numb by it to the point that you forget that you're pushing yourself and that it's your will and that everything is an extension of your will. So the more you appreciate, the more you appreciate. Being content is what makes you the most attractive thing. That's what makes you the Tao. That's why all things flow to the Tao. So it's just appreciate. You know, that's really what it's about. So then you can operate from your true state, you know, that true state of oneness. So the lowest low is the highest high. You don't see any separation. Like you're staying even keel with the Tao. The Tao is expressionless like a baby before it learns. The baby learns how to smile. So that void, that content void, that all-encompassing void is what attracts everything. That is the source of creation. And things want to exist. The human vessel wants to exist. The flower, these things want to exist. So that is why they align themselves with the Tao. The Tao doesn't create things, but all things come from the Tao. If you can follow me that far, or follow the Tao that far. So that is why the Tao is the most attractive, because it is the most relaxed. It's the most content. It's an eternal peace. It's radiant but easy on the eyes. It's pointed but it doesn't pierce. Has the proper pressure. The perfect, just enough gentle. And as in alignment with the Tao, you align the world. There's no separation in that. And the breath is first. If you're talking about elements, ether, dark matter, or whatever, air. These are pretty much, you can't separate anything. But for sake of conversation, let's just go like that. Let's call this air or ether. You're breathing that element in. That is from your nothingness. You're getting your ether, your gases, and all that. Then you're getting fire. Then you're getting water, because as the fire heats up the air, it becomes more humid. Then the air becomes more dense, and then that's how water is dense air. So you have air. You have ether, which is air, fire, water, earth. Earth is essentially decaying light on the water. If you look at the elements, if you're looking at the world itself, you know how life itself is set up, that the decayed light is what earth is on, and it's the house for the physical world in that sense, for the earthly world. So and that's why you have the waters beneath it, the earth, then you have the waters above, which is the atmospheres, and then you have the vortex that's running through the North Pole or the center of the universe, that is sparking the winds. It's the turbine that sparks the winds, which creates the gases, the ethers, and everything. And then the fire, that, like the fire needs the air. I can't burn unless you're there. So that air has to be there so the fire can manifest, so light can manifest, or light can become more dense from gas, because there's no separation. Just like if you see a hot road, you see the light coming, hitting the road on a hot day, you see creation happening before you. You see light or gas creating moisture and beyond. So, and as you're going down the road, life is manifesting itself, and you see light hitting the road, and the gases and the moisture, it's all getting created from light. There's no separation. It's all vibration. You can't separate light from dark. You can't separate water from air. And that's what the horizon is. The Horus zone horizon, you have where heaven meets earth, or where the upper waters meet the lower waters, where the high seas, where we live, and the low seas meet. That's the horizontal horizon, the Horus zone. So that's that, I guess you could say, that is where you could say there's separation, but there is no separation there. That's where it all bleeds into one, and you can't separate anything. So you can't separate one firmament from the next, and it's all the Tao expressing itself. It's all nothing expressing itself in a sense, and nothing is infinity. And you can't know infinity. You can't know nothing. So you can be it though. So yeah, accord with the Tao, and everything else will follow. 2020 Tantra on Amazon, Arbud Vegan on Amazon for the rest of the paperbacks. I have 33 PDFs and 2 audio books. You can get those for $100 if you email me at royalt512@yahoo.com. I do consultations. $30 for 30 minutes, $50 for an hour. and we can collaborate too on videos. It's the same rate. Yeah, just email me for that. So if you get the PDFs, the audiobooks, and you can get the paperbacks under R Bud Vegan 2020 Tantra on Amazon. So, and Taylor_Bud with 2 D's 5, Taylor_Bud 5 on Instagram. Check me out, check me in. See, I only ate once in 5 days. This how G look. I don't know. I look straight. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, and then another thing too, which I need to invest in. I don't know. I got this from an Egypt Air flight though, but during for the sensory deprivation during meditation.